Good morning. My name is Sheila Ongie, and on behalf of National Co-op Grocers, I'd like to welcome you to this Co-op Cafe. NCG has been a proud sponsor of the Co-op Cafe for several years because these cafes represent a great opportunity for the co-op community to engage in critical conversations about how we serve our communities and our role in the larger market. For those of you who don't know, NCG is a business services cooperative owned by and serving 148 co-ops in 38 states. Together, we do roughly $2 billion in annual sales and serve 1.3 million consumer members. NCG helps bring natural food co-ops together in order to optimize operational and marketing resources, strengthen purchasing power, and ultimately offer more value to natural food co-op owners and shoppers everywhere. For the last 2 years, we've focused on co-op survival in the rapidly changing market and what it takes to respond to the competitive pressures that all of us face. Our message in 2015 was that consumer trends are changing, that increasingly competitive markets were the new normal, and that we need to both understand what's happening and address it head on. Almost every co-op has been impacted by the new normal. In 2016, over 60 co-ops were managing negative sales growth. Co-ops across the country have responded to the new normal in a variety of ways. Most co-ops have been taking a critical look at themselves as retailers to try to remove barriers and encourage shoppers to take their natural and organic journeys with co-ops instead of competitors. But change is difficult, especially in organizations with so many critical stakeholder groups. So our message in 2016 was about courageous leadership that was necessary for co-op leaders to guide our democratic organizations through often painful changes. This year, we're focusing on something new, not because the need for co-ops to be strong retailers or to effect difficult change with courageous leadership has gone away. Rather, we want to acknowledge that just minimizing the retailing gap between co-ops and competitors isn't enough, and it isn't why many of us came to co-ops in the first place. It isn't enough to be a reasonable retail alternative to the competition. We need to be fundamentally different as well. For that reason, our 2017 theme is Grow Our Impact, Measure, Move, and Share the Story. Competitors are adopting many of our distinguishing characteristics, knowing that those characteristics appeal to shoppers. In some cases, this is what we call greenwashing, where they simply market that they're local or sustainable, but don't practice those concepts to a meaningful degree. In other cases, our competitors are truly making significant strides in sustainability and have launched some amazing sustainability programs that generate real impact. Regardless of whether it is greenwashing or genuine, in the changing retail landscape in which we operate, terms like local, organic, natural, sustainable, and ethical are no longer enough to set a store apart. If co-ops want to distinguish themselves and their products, they need to convey authenticity. Authenticity demands specificity and data. We need to more accurately understand and measure the impact we have today, and then set goals for substantive improvement going forward. In 2017, we will be asking all NCG co-ops to more accurately measure our impact in 5 key areas: local, community, health and nutrition, great food, and healthy planet. We picked these areas of focus because they matter to the vast majority of co-op shoppers and because many of our co-ops have already been doing great work in these areas. We think co-ops are already better positioned to convey authenticity than our competitors. Why? Co-ops have done it longer. We are the vanguards of social impact through retail grocery. Co-ops can be nimble. In this sense, our scale is a virtue. It should be easier of us to measure and communicate our sustainability efforts than it would be for a 300-store chain. And co-ops do it for the right reason. It's not just a marketing scheme or greenwashing. The 7th co-op principle, concern for community, makes social impact part of our DNA. And we know the value co-ops bring, and we know that value means a lot to our shoppers. So to kick off conversation today, I want to share a few points of data that help demonstrate how co-ops are already impacting the communities they serve. This includes Valley Natural Foods, where 78% of staff today earn a local livable wage, compared to just 33% 2 years ago. East End Food Co-op, where they're tackling food waste reduction by making sure that food goes to families in need before it goes into the compost bin. And the Merck Co-op, which has reduced its electricity use by 42% over 4 years with a strong focus on prevention and continuous improvement. This has reduced their greenhouse gas impacts by a dramatic 44%. When co-ops join forces and work together, our impact increases significantly. In 2016, NCG co-ops collectively sold $67 million worth of products from certified B corporations and $461 million worth of certified organic products. Coefficient is NCG's sustainability program for co-ops. This program is optional, and it gives co-ops tools and resources to continuously work toward improving their triple bottom line impacts. The program also calculates a co-op's carbon footprint, so they know their climate impact and can reduce it through efficiency and through programs like Co-op Forest. The Co-op Forest is one way in which NCG tries to lead by example. We track and offset our carbon footprint by investing in Co-op Forest, a regenerative agroforestry project creating economic stability for small farmers in Peru. Since 2012, Co-op Forest has grown to over 1 million trees and offset nearly 3,000 metric tons of CO2. NCG is itself a certified B corporation, and in addition to our environmental sustainability efforts, we sponsor 8 hours of community service for each staff member to give back to their community each year. In 3 years, we've quadrupled this impact from 50 hours in 2013 to over 200 hours in 2016. You will hear more examples of amazing co-op impact throughout the course of the day, and we hope that you'll leave feeling inspired and ready to do even more. On behalf of National Co-op Grocers, thank you for being part of this important conversation and for all the positive impact you have today and in the future. Thank you.